We have October, November 2019, paper 1 of 2. The first question is which statement about factors of production is correct? When we talk about factors of production, we're talking about resources that helps us in the course of producing goods and services. We have land, labor, capital, and enterprise. So they say capital is the amount of money borrowed from a bank. No. Labor is output made by an employee. No. Land includes commercial goods, rights, crops. No. Profit is the reward of enterprise. The answer is D. The reward of every enterprise is profits. Question 2. It said the diagram shows two production possibility curves. We have consumer goods and capital goods. So which statement about this, the movement from point X to point Y is correct? From point X to point Y means that it has increased the output of consumer goods. That's the point there. So that means productivity of consumer goods has increased. So the answer is C. Clear?
Yes.
Question 3. Sam wrote a list of how he would prefer to spend his Saturday afternoon. First choice is to go to a cricket match. The second choice was to watch the annual town parade. The third choice to go to the cinema. And the fourth is to visit relatives. Unfortunately, a thunderstorm caused the cricket match and the town parade to be cancelled. So first choice and second choice are done, cancelled. Then she went to the cinema, which was the third choice. So what was the opportunity cost of going to the cinema? Remember, opportunity cost is the next best alternative for God. So first choice and second choice are done. So the third choice was made, and the next choice that was supposed to be made is to visit relatives. So the opportunity cost is the fourth choice. Visit relatives. Do you get it? No. I'm going to say it again. The first and the second choice are done.
Yes.
It couldn't hold up. It couldn't hold because of weather condition or thunderstorm. Then he choose third choice. Yes or no?
Yes.
And we said the opportunity cost is the next best alternative for God.
Yeah.
So the next choice after the third choice is the fourth choice.
Yes.
So which is visiting relatives C. Clear?
Yes.
Question 4. Which pair of economic institutions can be found in the market economy? When we're talking about market economy, we're talking about the free market, right?
Yes.
So local government is part of it could be mixed economy. Monopolies and commercial bank, that is the market anyway. Nationalized industries are government owned. Partnership is a private, that's a mixed economy. Stock exchange and public corporation is a mixed economy. So the only market economy we have here is monopolies and commercial banks. Yes. So B, question 4. Question 5. What suggests that there is a market failure? Market failure occurs when there is social cost exceeding social benefits, or when the market forces for demand and supply fail to produce goods and services in terms of quantity for consumers, or sell goods and services at prices that are not affordable for consumers. So these are all market failure. I think it's clear. So based on what we have here, they said higher producer profits. No, that's not a market failure. Higher retail prices, lack of competition. Higher retail prices is not market failure. Retail, it's retail. So it's not market failure. It's not production, it's not on the producers here. Lack of competition, yes, that's the answer anyway. Low levels of investment is not a market failure. That could be it could be from government failure. Do you get it?
Yes.
But lack of competition means that consumers would have less choice to make. That means goods and services will not be enough in terms of quantity and quality for consumers.
Yes.
And that is market failure.
Yes.
So the answer is C, question 5. Is it clear? Yes. Question 6. They said, what can cause the supply curve for a product to shift to the right? If supply curve is going to shift to the right, it means that there's an increase in the quantity supplied due to increase in output. So that means the supply curve is shifting from S to S1. So that means an increase in output, logically. So an increase in demand is not for supply. An increase in government subsidies to producers, yes. Because an increase in government subsidy will reduce the cost of production. And as soon as cost of production reduces, it becomes an incentive for firms to want to increase their output. Yes. So question 6 is B. Question 7. A railway company increases tickets prices by 10% for travel between 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, causing a reduction in demand by 2%. After 9 o'clock, it reduces tickets prices by 5%, resulting in a 7% increase in demand. What is the price elasticity of demand? Price elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness between the quantity demanded of a product as a result of a change in price. So here we have from 6 to 9. From 6 to 9, we have the the quantity has fell by 2%, right?
Yes.
That means that's 98. 98. The price has increased by 10%, that is 110. So the price elasticity of demand for 6 to 9 is 98 divided by 110. 98. Do you get how it is 98?
Mm-hmm.
And 110, do you get an increase of 10% is 110?
Yeah.
Reduction of 2% is 98. And we said PED is percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. So percentage change in quantity demanded now is 98.
Okay.
Percentage change in price is 110. So 98 divided by 110 is 0.8,
So
which is inelastic. Then we need to find the other answer. So it's between C and D. Then the second, for after 9 o'clock. After 9 o'clock, the percentage change in quantity demanded is 7% increase, which is 107. And percentage change in price is 5%, which is 95. So 107 divided by 95 is 1.1, which is elastic. So the answer is C. Clear?
Yes.
Question 8. What is the disadvantage of being a specialist skilled worker? If you're a specialist skilled worker, you have career opportunities. It will be abundant for you. Your earnings will be related to your skills, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It may be difficult for you to find work locally. That's it. Labor supply is elastic, yes, and plentiful, yes. So it will be difficult for you to find or get a job locally. I think that is clear. So the answer is C, question 8. Question 9. What is not a normal function of this? What is not a normal function of the central bank? Mm-hmm. The central bank acts as a lender of last resort because they do help commercial banks when they are cash, or when they are cashless, or when they have shortage of cash, mm-hmm. They could help. They issue notes and coins, yes. They operate government monetary policy, yes, because they set the interest rate, yes. But they don't set government budgets. So the answer is D, question 9. Clear? Yes. Question 10. The table shows how two people, X, Y, Z, spend their income. X, food, clothing, and housing. Entertainment and leisure, luxury goods. So we have person X, Y, and Z. They want it from the highest income earner to the lowest. What does highest income earners do? Highest income earners, they spend most of their income. They spend large proportion of their income on luxury.
Yes.
High income earners, they spend large proportions of their income on luxury. Yes. Middle income, they spend large proportion on maybe on entertainment and leisure. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But low income earners spend the large proportion of their income on basic.
Basic.
So based on what we have here, Z spends 40% on luxury, 40% on entertainment, 20% on. So that means Z.
Highest income, yeah.
Yeah. Z, we have Z for C and D. So for C, let's check who's gonna come second. Food, clothing, higher proportion now.
So it's basically C.
C, yeah, because it is Z, Y, X. Z, X, Y.
Because
X spend
less food and clothing.
On clothing, yes.
But Y spend more, 50% on necessity.
Yes, it's clear. I think that's clear. So the answer is C. Question 11. A musician has a choice of playing for an orchestra in either Germany or England. Which combination of incomes and cost of living is most likely to cause her to choose the German orchestra? The pre-tax income must be lower.
Yes. So it's
the net income must be higher, and the cost of living must be lower. D. The answer is D. Question 12. Which type of business organization is necessarily in the public sector of the economy? Public sector is government-owned parastatals or government-owned enterprise. Multinational is private. Mm-hmm. Public limited company is a private. Sole trader is a private. Public corporation is a public government-owned company. So it's C. Question 12 is C. Question 13. Which combination of characteristics correctly describes a monopoly? A monopoly has high barriers to entry, yes, and it enjoys economies of scale. Why does it enjoy economies of scale? Because it's going to operate on a large scale. It's the only producer. Yeah. So it's the only one selling to all consumers. So it will operate on a large scale, which will make it to exploit economies of scale.
So it's A.
A, yes.
I think it's funny.
Go to question 13.
Yeah.
They said, which combination of characteristics correctly describes a monopoly? So the answer is A, because it has high barrier to entry and enjoys economies of scale, because it operates on a larger scale. I think that is clear. We go to question 14. It said, the table shows the sale of cold drinks made by a company in the UK in 2016 and 2017. Demand for cold drinks is influenced by changes in the temperature. In 2016, the sales followed as usual seasonal pattern. In which month was the usual pattern disturbed? In 2017, we checked. From 290 to 350, it increased. It reduces in June. April, May increases. June reduces. July, August increases. Same goes to in 2016. April, May increases. April, May increases. June reduces. July, August increases. So the pattern comes in June. Do you get the pattern here?
What? I didn't get it.
There's a pattern. The pattern is that there's always reduction in the. There's always a reduction in the.
Ooh.
Okay, I think question is clear, right?
Yes.
June, do you get it or not?
This one, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a pattern that during the when there's a change in temperature, the demand for cold drinks reduces. So in April, May, it increases from 290 to 350. In 2016, it was 300 to 400. In June, it was 550. In July, 570, 620. Now, let's check the pattern for 2017. 290, 350. Then in June, it reduces to 270.
Okay.
Then increases again and increases again. Do you get it?
Yes.
So the pattern is disturbed in June. Clear? Is it clear now? Question 15. A firm producing bicycles has the following cost at different levels of output. The total fixed cost and total variable cost at 10, 20, and 30. So they said, what happens to the average total cost over this range of output? First, we need to find the total cost before we can get the average total cost. And what is the formula for total cost? Total cost is TC is FC plus VC. Are you with me?
Yes.
So TC is FC plus VC. Then ATC will be TC divided by output. Do you get ATC now?
ATC?
ATC is TC divided by output.
TC
divided by output.
Yes.
So at the output of 10, we have TC to be 800 plus 300, which is 1,100. So 1,100 divided by 10 is the first output, which is 110. The second output, which is 20, is 1,500 plus 300. That's TVC plus FC divided by output to get ATC. So 1,500 plus 300 is 1,800. Divided by 20, it's 90. The first output, which is 10, was 110. The second output was 90. The third output is 3,300 plus 300, which is 3,600, divided by 30, which is 180. So what is deduced here is that the average, the ATC fall, then it rises. It falls from 110 to 90, then it increases again from 90 to 180. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's question 15, which is B. Question 16. Why are indirect taxes, such as value-added tax, which is an indirect tax for consumption, on goods and services described as regressive tax? We call it regressive tax because it takes low proportion of high-income earners. It takes low proportion of their income.
Yes.
It takes low proportion of high earners of income. It takes less proportion of their income.
Like indirect tax.
Yes, indirect taxes.
Yes.
And it takes large proportion of income from low-income earners. So do you get the point I make here?
Yes.
So the answer is B.
B.
High income purchasers pay a low percentage of their income tax.
Yes.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Question 17. The government has an important role in mixed economy. What function would it not perform? It will employ workers to collect taxes. Yes, it could do that. Invest in transport infrastructure projects. Yes. Producing goods in public corporation. Yes. But government would not distribute dividends from profit of state-owned enterprises. No. Dividends are done through the private enterprises, and they are public limited companies or private limited companies. So government would not do A and would never do A. Is it clear?
Yes.
17 is A. Question 18. Which combination of policy measures would be effective in reducing the effect of a recession? Recession means there's economic decline for 2 consecutive quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if government wants to reduce recession, or if government wants to work because of this, wants to bring about boom to the economy, government should reduce interest rates, and government should reduce income tax, because reduction of interest rate and income tax would increase aggregate demand, and if aggregate demand increases, spending would increase. Firms will also make revenue. Then the economy will grow again.
Yes.
So the answer is A, 18. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Question 19. How would government spending on education be classified? What do you think the answer is? Government spending on education could be classified. I feel you're going to get it wrong. I just feel so.
A.
It's wrong.
Because supply side policy. Okay.
It's wrong. It's not A. It is
C.
No. Question 19, right?
Yeah.
It is C, yes. Because listen,
Yeah.
fiscal policy could come as a result of subsidizing education.
Ah, subsidy.
Government could subsidize for education, making the cost of education reduce.
Yes, yes.
That's fiscal policy. Monetary policy, no way.
No, no way. Yeah.
There is supply side policy. Government
Yes.
could put on training schemes.
Yeah, fiscal policy, which is policy.
I know because of fiscal
Yeah.
policy, you wouldn't go in deep about fiscal policy. I know. You see again, I predicted you.
Yeah.
So we move on. Question 20. Which increase is most likely to cause a rise in the output of an economy? A rise in the output.
Output.
Yeah. Output will increase if investment increases.
Yes.
Because investment on capital goods will increase output and GDP. Clear, right? So the answer is D. 21. 6 minutes, right? 21. Why was HDI introduced as a measure of standard of living? Because it involves education and healthcare.
Yeah.
That's it. So the answer is A. Is it clear?
Yes.
That's 22. During periods of, are you with me?
Yeah.
During periods of high unemployment across the entire labor force, the highest unemployment rate in the economy is often in 16 to 19 years old age group. Which statement explains why 16 to 19 years olds may find it difficult to find a job? They lack work experience and necessary skills. That's it. That's how I see. 23. Venezuela, a leading world oil producer, has experienced hyperinflation of over 400 per annum in recent years. How does hyperinflation affect an economy? Hyperinflation would increase the price rapidly. So let's just go to C and D.
Yeah.
The value of fixed assets remains stable. No, it's not going to be stable. Money has limited what? The value of money would lose its value. So the answer is D. Is it clear?
Yes.
Question 24. What is most likely to increase as country becomes more developed? If country becomes more developed, the average household income would increase. More, yes, because a lot of people within the family will start working, even the women, because in the developed economy, they will be able to work in the tertiary sector.
Yes.
And the tertiary sector does not need physical effort, it needs mental effort. So women will be able to do that. Is it clear?
Yes.
That's 24. A, 25. In Botswana, better healthcare has meant that birth rate has been falling faster than death rates. Also, the number of children born on average to each woman has declined from 6.4 to 3.2. What may be concluded from this information? From this information, it has shown that there's medical improvement in Botswana. There's medical improvement. That is just it.
Yeah, B.
The rest is just a waste of time.
Yes.
25 is B. 26. Nigeria, okay. The table shows the percentage share of GDP held by the richest and the poorest of the population in each country. We have Ghana, we have Nigeria, we have Senegal, we have South Africa. Which country had the greatest extremes of income and poverty? When we talk about the greatest extremes, we're talking about the highest income and the lowest poverty. The highest income and the lowest poverty. Yes. Do you get it? So the answer is South Africa.
South Africa.
It has the highest.
I had
64.8.
the lowest, yeah.
The lowest poverty, which is 2.9. Is it clear?
Yes.
That's 26, which is D. 27. What would cause a favorable change in Kenya trade in service invisible account? That is if Kenya companies are able to work abroad. They said what would cause a favorable change in the Kenya trade in service invisible accounts?
Yeah.
It is when the Kenya companies are able to work abroad.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's the answer. The answer is A. They win contracts to transport export from Uganda.
Oh, yeah.
Uganda is abroad. That increases their export of service. Clear?
Yes.
Because the return goes to the Kenya economy. Is it clear?
Yes.
28.
Because VNC talking about goods. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
28. What is a disadvantage of trade protection of manufactured goods?
Disadvantage.
Retaliation. You just talking about retaliation.
Retaliation, yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
When you
yeah. What
it's retaliation,
yeah.
they just about what we talked about the British embassy, and if they leave, the Libyan embassy in UK might also be sent away. So it's retaliation anyway. 28 is A. 29. What would cause a rise in the deficit on the current account of the balance of payment? A rise in deficit. A rise in deficit would occur. You said a fall in foreign direct investment into the country. No, that would not be about deficit. A fall in interest and on overseas investment by the current country. So the answer is B. Because when there's a fall in interest of investment, so a lot of Libyans have invested abroad, but they receive less return. That could reduce your current account. So it could go to deficit because a lot of money has gone abroad. It's not coming back. Do you get the point?
Yes, yes, yes.
FDI is in your country. Multinationals coming to your country. It does not affect your current account deficit. It does not affect your current account.
Yes.
Do you understand? But your investors, your Libyans, investors abroad, bringing less than what they put into it, brings about deficit.
Yes.
Because less flow of cash into the economy. Is it clear?
Yes.
So the answer is B. Question 30. What would reduce the volume of international trade in the world economy? A German bank making a loan to Nigerian economy. That means there's globalization. It's not A. A Japanese car manufacturer establishing a factory in the Czech Republic. That is globalization. Free trade. It's not B. The Canadian government introducing quotas on Malaysian electronic products. That is trade restriction. Quotas are examples of trade restriction.
Yes.
So the answer is C. But let's check D. They said the Swedish government granted aid to Somalia. That is globalization. That is help. That's aid. Yes. So the answer is C. Is it clear?
Yes.
That's the end about that question of 2019 May, June. October, November, right?
Yeah, October.
May, June. Is it May, June, October? Okay, October, November.
Yeah. October.
Done. Yeah, sure.